Might as well just go lay an egg, bless your heart. All right. So, hey, here I am after a battle with coronavirus. I still have a little bit of tickle in my throat, stuff like that, but I'm not sure if anybody can see me or hear me. If uh, you can message me on Facebook or YouTube or in the group. I'm just doing this one because I finally got everything kind of set up and wanted to see how we were going to look and how it was going to go and whether we liked things and how we liked them set up for now. And yes, I have my glass of wine. Whoops, I have it turned all the way around backwards, but it's for Halloween. Halloween? Yeah, it is bloody gigantic. Um, yes, that was a gift from my husband. So he told me I should wear these for my show tonight, but I never got to it until now. Like it's forever late. Um, and I didn't mean for it to be quite so late, but I've been working on stuff for hours and hours and hours. So maybe you can see me, maybe you can't. I don't know. I hope you are. So there are so many things to talk about lately that have happened, the election and some crazy stuff happening. But, I don't know. We'll see what happens. It could go either way, I guess. It can go south, it can go north, it can go it can go to hell. It's like we're already in hell with a handbasket, so who knows what's actually going to happen. Um, but there's a lot of stuff coming out, like the judge in Pennsylvania put a stay to the counting pending the hearing on Friday. So we really won't know anything until Friday. I mean, I don't know how we'll know anything sooner than that. Um, so, you know, I don't know. There's a lot happening and we're all in limbo. Then you got Antifa. What's with Antifa leaving us tweets to our president and his constituents and, 70. Well, I guess we're only like 40 million. Not really. But all the president's men, so to speak. But I mean, we're like 70 million people voted for Trump, and they're trying to say that 80 million people voted for. I'm sorry, I have a hard time even keeping a straight face just to say it. I can't imagine 80 million people voted for the man in the basement. I mean, come on. That's pretty crazy if you ask me. I just don't see how that could happen. Sorry, my dog's over on my couch next to me, so in Lady Knocker's corner over there. So I just can't imagine that many people voted for him, and then you're going to threaten the president on Twitter that if he doesn't concede by noon on Monday, you're going to start taking over conservative towns and conservative areas. I just don't see that happening. Yeah, they did threaten that they even have guns. So, I don't know. I don't know what y'all think. If you think that's actually going to happen or not. I don't buy it. Do you buy it? I just don't. I just don't buy it. I just don't think it's gonna happen. But there's lots of stuff happening. I mean, I don't think that Sydney was, like in the big scheme of things. I think she's going after a bigger pot, a bigger fish. She's going after something a lot bigger than something that I think you can get done in 30, 45 days. So we'll see how that goes. You know, so if you haven't seen this show right here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to share here. And what happened? Okay. Well, I don't know. Um, hey, I do my best, Um, so anyway, that's my dog. That's my baby dog. She's wearing a bandana on her head. Isn't she cute? She's adorable. I just love her. She is my bestest friend. I just love her. She's my bestest friend in the whole wide world. I don't know how you guys, excuse me, if you guys get along without a dog, but not me. I just can't get along without a dog. So, in case you haven't seen this show, you need to. Waking Up with Lady Knockers. She's a comedian. She's funny. Oh my gosh, is she funny? So if you haven't seen her, you need to go and watch her show. It's Waking Up with Lady Knockers, and she comes on Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. So if you want to laugh and wake up in the morning with a laugh, it's a good place to start with Lady Knockers, because she is quite funny, and I think there's a few people out there that know who she is. She does stand up, and she does a really good show. She gets you going in the mornings with some laughs and some humor. And don't you just love my backdrop here? Yes, I'm censoring myself. Just get naked. I don't have a beep button yet. I'll work on that. I've been working on so much other stuff. I'll eventually get the beep button too. But I do have this really cool thing. So I have a stream deck, and it's really cool. My husband set it up so that my backlights go off, and I can actually, I have some setups for some lighting. So I can do that. And so that's kind of cool. But that's like, when you're doing the intro stuff. But again, this is a practice show for right now to make sure all my stuff is actually working. And, if you're a little blue, don't cry to me. All right. Don't cry. Don't cry. It's okay. It'll be all right. Right now, I'm a bit on the green side, because I'm envious of everybody that gets to go outside, because I'm still under house arrest with coronavirus. And for those of you that are pissed about the damn election, you're probably a bit red, aren't you? All right. Well, it's going to get over. We're going to get over this sometime soon, hopefully very soon. I'm not sure, but I'm not planning on being on here very long, because I didn't outline like a show and have any plans for this, and it's 1:00 in the morning. So I kind of did this at this time in the morning so that I could practice, and I really didn't care if anybody was out there. And I don't know if anybody is out there. I don't know if anybody's awake. If anybody is awake and you want to say hi, say hi. I will certainly say hi back to whomever is out there. I think I just said it hi to myself. But oh my goodness, it's been a rough road. I am going to talk about Thanksgiving and what did my husband call it? I said I want to do a Rona giving and he said something like, "Thank Rogiving." I don't remember, but I'll ask him tomorrow what he thinks. But I am going to talk about what it's been like dealing with coronavirus. It's been pretty rough, honestly. But that was just my experience. I kept myself out of the hospital. It was pretty hard not to go to the hospital. My husband really wanted me to go several times, but I did not want to go. I did not want to deal with that. And I was really a little bit more concerned with the fact that I'm a little susceptible. So, I have an autoimmune disease. So there's a susceptibility issue there. I'm not scared. I'm not chicken. I did a crazy video 4 or 5 months ago about not wearing a mask. I still don't think you should wear a mask. I think they're stupid. I think they're idiotic. I think they didn't do a damn thing for me after whatever was 7 months of not going anywhere for the most part, very little. I even stopped Ubering because, of course, I didn't know where people were coming from. If I'm picking somebody up from the airport, I don't know where you've been, where you're from, or who you've been around. So, of course, I didn't drive for a very long time. Wasn't able to go out and perform or do anything else. So, there I was sitting at home working on projects and doing all sorts of other stuff. But finally, money was getting pretty darn tight, to the point that my girlfriend even got a community together to get some food for us, and that was amazing and a blessing. And she has no idea how much I appreciate that. And like the Monday after that, I went back to Ubering at night so that we could keep our heads above water. And I drove with the mask on because they're required by Uber, and I wore it. And they suggest you keep the window cracked. Had it cracked, about that far or something like that. My window. I didn't give a crap about the people in the back. I wasn't gonna open or shut their windows, but I opened mine, and that's what they tell you to do. So I did, and I didn't drive for 2 weeks before I got coronavirus, and I didn't go to the stores. I didn't go shopping. I wasn't around anybody. I didn't go do anything with anybody. But that's why I say the masks, honestly, the masks don't work. If you're gonna wear a flimsy little cloth mask, they might protect you from anybody recognizing your face in a robbery, but they're certainly not gonna keep Rona from finding you. And as you've heard, she only trolls the bars after 10, so you're safe as long as you don't go out after 10. Because that's when they got to shut the bars down because Rona comes. Um, that's not even. I feel bad for anybody named Rona because this is gonna they're gonna go to the courts and change my name. Why do you want to change your name? Because my name is Rona. The judge is gonna be like, granted, you can have your name changed. You don't need to be you don't need to be picked on or eggs thrown at you because your name's Rona. But anyway, if you're wearing masks properly, medical grade masks, and you're wearing them properly, and I've worked in the medical field. I'm still an EMT. I volunteer with Team Rubicon, hashtag Team Rubicon. Shout out to Team Rubicon. And if you have any desire to volunteer and help and get involved with your community, they do disaster relief. And my husband did 2 weeks, pretty much back to back in Louisiana and Texas right after the hurricanes. So, if you have any desire to get involved, contact me. Contact my husband. We'll tell you all about it. It's amazing. They're a great organization. They put their money where their mouth is. And unlike a lot of organizations, I mean, we have Vic's Ranch, but we are trying to put a response team together just of our own. But ours is we're planning to actually put that together with Team Rubicon. So when they call for us, we can send a team of like 5 or something or 6. But our organization for veterans is primarily to teach art and how to do different art projects, from glass to lighting to welding to plasma cutting. You name it, we do it. Painting. And I gotta do something with this mic because I keep having to mess with it. It's not the mic, it's the stand, but it's because I have a block right here. If you could see it, I can't show it to you, but if you could see it, I still have more equipment that my husband is catching up with getting put together, and he's done really well since he got out of the hospital. They were pumping him. I think he had 19 rounds of IV antibiotics in like 4 days. They were pumping him full of that stuff because they wanted to get rid of that infection and sepsis so that he would be all right. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. We volunteer with them. They're a great organization. If there's somebody to get behind Team Rubicon. But so I am still an EMT. That's part of my volunteering for them. So I understand that people are like, oh, you shouldn't be bashing the wearing mask stuff. But the thing is you talk about don't touch your face. Oh, God, you touch your face, you're going to get, an infection or whatever. You're going to get this virus because you touched your face and you touched your mouth. I'm touching my mouth right now. I just washed my hands a little bit ago. But still, you touch your face. Don't touch your face. It's a big deal. But the reality is, I wish I had a mask handy. Let me check and see if I do. Here we go. I got a tissue. It's about as close to these masks. These might be more masky than a mask. So you got this mask that you put on. You wrap it around your ears. And you're breathing it in. And then you go to get a drink. So you put it down under your chin. And then you get a drink. I mean, even in the casinos, they have a how to wear a mask and smoke and vape. So then you take your hand and you put it back up. All right, now you're covered again. And then it slits down under your nose, so you got to grab it and put it back up. And then it slips down under your nose, so you got to grab it and pick it up. Oh, and then you're going to smoke, so you take it off and you smoke. Hey, Shani. All right. Then you put it back on. Oh, and then you want another drink again. And then you put it back on. And then it slips down under your nose. So you got to grab it and put it back up there. And then you take that hand and you go over and you reach into your purse. And then you pull out your money and you pay. Yeah, that's not money. Then you pay for it. Then it slips down under your nose. Then you put it back up there again. And then you walk out of the store. And then you get in your car and you hang it on your your visor or whatever. Then you go to the next store and rinse and repeat. How many times? I don't even know how many times I contaminated my face. Every single time you touch that thing, you are contaminating it with whatever you just touched. You touched the money, you touched your purse, you touched the cart, You touched your face. You touched the. Unless you are pulling a clean medical grade mask out of a sterile environment, you put it on. You never touch it. Okay, these are not my fingers. These are the hooks around the ears. You never touch it. You walk into the store. You never touch it. It never slips down. You just leave it right in its place. You go up. You already have your money handy in the outside pocket of your purse or whatever, or your credit card or whatever you're going to use, and you pay. And you walk completely out of the store. There's a dumpster usually right outside the store. And you walk up to the dumpster and you take the mask and you put it in the trash. And if you happen to be wearing those stupid gloves people are wearing that they wear all day long, touching 4,000 things, unless you do the same thing with those, which that should be a grab the mask by the middle, pull it into your hand, take the outside of the glove and put it in your hand. Then you put that whole thing with the mask, glove, and another glove, and then you pull it over, and now all of it's contained into one thing, and then you throw it in the bin. If you're not doing that, you are not wearing them correctly. I'm telling you. And I don't care what anybody says. If they worked, everywhere I go, 5,000 people are wearing a mask. So if you went to the store and everybody's wearing a mask, why the hell did I get coronavirus? Tell me how that works. Because every single rider in my car wore a mask. I wore a mask. I had it vented. I had the window open. Blah, 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 blah. And I only drove in the middle of the damn night. I didn't see anybody else. My husband's been teleworking. So, how in the hell did I get it? If that shit works. That shit don't work. That's why. That's why. Because that shit don't work. That's when you just need to drink. I'm not going to lie, though. I vape. Haven't touched it since I got sick. Ain't going to admit that I'm going to quit. I might not. I don't know. I'll find out. My lungs still ain't clear enough. And then I go into some coughing fits still. I mean, this has been 5 weeks and I'm still going through the coughing fits and having issues. But anyway, my show is what you see right there. Cheers to Wine. Like here's to wine, but cheers to wine with Victoria with a K. Because I'm Victoria with a K. That's right. I will be your host. I will have different people on every week. I am definitely going to try my best. I may only do a half an hour. We'll see. But planning to do a half an hour every night just to get drink in and some time of talking with a few other people and discussing life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You know, it's really funny. I got this thing behind me. Let me grab it and I'll show you. This right here. This really cool stuff right here. You see this? The light's really bad. Let me turn a light down so that it's not quite so bright in here. So my husband has done so much to get everything just so good for me so that I can, well, I didn't want all the lights off. See, everything is automated. Isn't that awesome? He's done such a good job. Not a light job. He's done such a good job for me getting all this stuff done. So, needless to say, so I'm turning that one off. I guess I should have left that one on. I'll learn. I'll figure this stuff out. I'm used to like things that are already set up for me. So this doing everything from your house, a little different, but that's okay. So I'll turn off the backlights. Well, that one's actually on a different button, so I didn't even have to do all that. So anyway, what I'm trying to show you here is this right here. Have you all read this? Have you guys actually read this? If you have not read this, I would suggest you do, because this is about we the people. This is we the people. I'm not going to sit here and read this to you, but this is our stuff. This is what we stand for. And this has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with Trump and nothing to do with Biden. Not a damn thing to do with any of those people. What it has to do with is our country. That's what it has to do with. It has to do with the fact that we have rights, and telling people that they can't gather even at their own family homes. That's when you're starting to mess with our rights. We have rights. We are Americans. We have every bit of rights to be here and do what we need to do. There is no reason why anyone can tell us those simple liberties aren't afforded to us anymore, because that's not true. We have rights. We have the right to be free. We have the right to gather. We have the right to freedom. We have the right to religion. And this separation and segregation that they're trying to do, this race baiting, is absolutely disgusting to me. It's really hard to see that many people go in the wrong direction. And this has nothing to do, the vote election, the count, that has nothing to do with Trump. That has to do with our democracy. It has to do with, you can't just make shit up because you don't want someone else to win. I mean, that's just wrong. And if there's proof, there's proof. If there isn't, then there isn't. But somebody's got to come forward and show whether there is proof or isn't proof, because you can't tell me that there is no proof if you haven't seen it. And they don't have to show it to reporters. There was a time that reporters had some ethics, but I think currently we don't see reporters with ethics. So you kind of got to wonder about what's going on today, because we used to have ethics. We used to have people. Well, when I went to journalism school, I had to take ethics. And I think they skipped that class now. I don't think they teach it. I'm pretty sure they don't teach about plagiarism anymore. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know what they teach. I really, really don't know what they teach in journalism school. And I got to wonder how many of these have actually been to journalism school. But I don't know. It's pretty darn pathetic, if you ask me. I mean, we have so much that we can live for, and they're trying desperately to take it all away. I know for me personally, I'll talk a little personal for a minute. Besides the whole corona, man, sorry guys. But anyway, I am absolute extrovert. I'm just like my dad. I never met a stranger. My mother used to always say that I never met a stranger. I talk to anybody. I'll talk to somebody in a grocery line. My dad would talk to somebody in a grocery line, to the point that my mom would have to come over and grab him by the arm and say, "Victor, let's go. They don't want to talk to you anymore. You need to move." And but he would just keep talking away, which I'm just like him. I'm exactly like him. I did the same thing. I still do the same thing. I will talk to anybody. I will become friends with anybody. I have no problem having oh, having a conversation with somebody. Now, that's a funny thing. Little side anecdote here. When I had coronavirus, my husband can attest to the fact that I talk all the time about random shit. And some of it might be good, some of it might be stupid, and we can be in the middle of watching a TV show and a thought will come into my head and pause button hits and I go blah 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 and I let it just go out and he thinks this. Might as well just go lay an egg, bless your heart. I think that's what he thinks. But anyway, I spent at least 4 or 5 days, something like that, maybe even more, where I didn't say a word. I didn't talk at all. I didn't talk to anybody, didn't pick up the phone, didn't call anybody, didn't feel good enough to do it, didn't have the energy to do it, but I also just couldn't talk. It was very hard to carry on a 2-second conversation without having problems breathing and stuff. So this hair sticking out the side of my thing is kind of bugging me. It looks like I don't know what it looks like I got, but it looks like I got something. Can't even see what my hat says, can you? Let me see if I can turn this light off for a second. And show you what my hat says. That one. Can you see my hat? Oh, there you go. It says Army veteran. Yep. It's in pink, so pretty much nobody ever sees it when I'm walking around. Once in a great while, someone will be like, "Hey, thank you for your service," and I'll be like, "What? Oh yeah, I'm wearing my hat." My husband got this for me because every time we went somewhere, they would thank him with his hats, and every time we had Veterans Day, he would get "Oh, you're a veteran. Thank you so much for your service. And are you eating with us today for your veterans meal?" And he'd go, "Yeah, and she's a vet too." And they'd go, "Oh, okay," and just flat out ignore me. So I did turn one of those lights off. I think that light looks better with that light on for sure. I just test it. Remember, I'm here for an hour just to test all my stuff. So I'm going to be messing with things and flicking them on and off. And so now I have these lights too that I can put on. Well, I have the other ones, but I think they look better when they're off. And those work way better with music. Anyway. Hey, I'm working on a new song. I can't sing. I can't sing at all. Like, I could scare the cats away when they're fighting. I could definitely scare a cat or two away. But anyway, see, I rabbit hole a lot. But back to what we were talking about, or what I was talking about, because ain't nobody here and ain't nobody talking to me. Anyway, I have never met a stranger. So I'm an absolute extrovert. I am a social person. I love to go places with people and do things, and being stuck in this pit of not being able to go anywhere, not being able to do anything, not being able to be around people, that has been absolutely miserable. So no wonder they've had people that are committing suicide. I've gotten suicidal during this whole thing, and I've never been that way. Maybe once in my life before, but it's not so much. I mean, I have the depression, but it's not so much the depression as it is just absolute isolation. I don't do well with it. It has not done me well. Luckily, I have an amazing husband, and he has bent over backwards to work on my studio. We have stuff that we had ordered before this all started that we're still in the process of getting put in and put up. And I mean, we have all these lighting up on the top. I have a TV and he's running all my cameras to the TV so I can see everything that's happening and a switcher to switch my cameras. My smart deck. I mean, there's been a lot of stuff. I got my Rodecaster Pro, which I really love, by the way. I can take a phone call. If anyone's out there and wants to call me right now, you can call so I can test this out and see how it works. In fact, I will text someone right now and see if they are up and want to call. Sorry, quiet. I sent a message to my mom, see if she wants to call me. We'll see. So what have I done in that time to entertain myself besides working on here and working on, the studio and our house and all that stuff? I have been working on some videos. I have been working on quite a few different things. And, we all have our moments where we have stuff to do. And it takes time. And this was very hard. This was very, very hard to deal with. I just don't do well being isolated and alone. For the most part, I've never been alone. So, my family, I was in boarding school, went from home to boarding school to my husband got married, kids, and, I've always had somebody around, so it's very difficult, to not have somebody around. So again, what have I done? Well, I have done a lot of paint, stuff, and I have been, this is a fire painting I did, with, in fact, I wish I had the finished picture right now. I can't show you the final because I'm getting ready to do a video on the final. But this was where I did a paint pour and then you use a blow dryer and you blow it and it's pretty cool. So I did that and then I decided I was going to put silhouettes on them and a saying. So I did that. I didn't do them like this. Those are the outlines where I painted them. Thought they looked really cool with the fire coming through them, but they didn't look quite the way I anticipated. My husband still likes them like that, but they didn't come out quite that way. So that's okay. One step at a time, we'll get through all these things as they go. One step at a time and one art project at a time and we'll get each of these things as we go. I am really excited about how that actually turned out. It's turned out really, really good. Oh, I guess that's the dog. Sorry. I was like, "What's that banging at my door?" But I guess it's the dog. It's the doggy banging at my door. Um, but, you've got to have um, something to help you in life as you're going through this stress of, coronavirus and being stuck at home and all that stuff. So, um, here is another one that I did. If I can pull it up, hold on. Um, and let me see if I can share that to this other screen. I don't know if I can. It's just, let me see. I don't want it on that screen. Thank you very much. It doesn't want to cooperate with me. So that's okay. I will figure this stuff out as I go. A lot of new equipment, so it makes things a little bit harder to learn. You got a learning curve and all that. Not that you guys want to sit here and watch me look at stuff. Nobody's watching anyway. It's just me talking to myself. Hopefully somebody will come on. I don't know. My mom didn't answer, so she's not in bed yet. She stays up quite late. But I don't know. I'm missing so many pictures that I thought I had on here, and it doesn't seem like I do. I don't know. I went to the Trump rally in Minden. Would you stop it? You're not going out there. Come here. She wants to go outside, and I'm not letting her right now. Come here. We got 15 more minutes. Come here, babes. It's not even my puppy. It's my husband's puppy. But anyway, I went to that rally, and I'm telling you, there were so many people. It was insane how many people they were. I don't care. Nala, stop. Sorry about that, guys. I'm telling you, I have no idea how many people were at the Trump rally. I mean, there was busloads upon busloads of people. I mean, it was just absolute insanity how many people there were at the Trump rally. I mean, there was just so many people. I talked to this guy right here. Really nice guy. They drove 5 hours to come to get to the Trump rally, and he is a veteran. And I mean, you couldn't even comprehend how many people were inside, let alone how many people were outside. There was just so many people. I mean, it was absolutely insane how many people were there. I was really excited about being able to see all these people, getting to know them. He was awesome. She was awesome. I don't know. I asked him, and he said, "You can call me he, you can call me she, you can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me a Democrat." That's all he said. My audio did not come through, so there's no audio to it. But man, it was really good meeting some of these people. They were great. He was really good. It was a really great experience seeing all these people. I mean, this is a little town of 3,000 people, and the street is called Airport, and the next street is, I believe, called Johnson Lane, and then there's Stephanie Way. My dad lived off Stephanie Way, and so it's about a mile, give or take, about a mile from Airport to Stephanie Way. I'm sorry, to Johnson Lane, and it took 2.5 hours when it was over. And I was up in the press area, so I was able to jump in my car before most people, because most people had anywhere from, half a mile to 3 or 4 miles to walk to get to their cars. It was absolute insanity. I can't even explain. There's my baby. She was there with me. And people just loved the fact that she had Trump 2020 on the front. She has her deplorable or her deplorable. Um, I really want to get her a patch that says deplore dog on her vest. So she got to meet Trump a couple CPACs ago. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is just crazy what has happened with the number of people that I saw at this rally. Then we had one in Reno, and we had one in Carson City, and in Carson City, then Reno. We had several in Vegas. Um, it's just insane how many people have come out for this stuff, and they really want us to believe that he didn't win. That Biden, who stayed in his basement, did no campaigning for the most part. And not sure what picture that is. I guess it's just showing random pictures. But I don't know how in the world that they think that this guy is capable of getting 80 million votes. Not without, I mean, one small town in Michigan had not just more voters than they had registered voters. They had more voters than their number of people that live in their city. Period. They had more voters than they have population, including women and children and men and dead people. I think the number was like 30,000, or no, I'm sorry, 130% of. Oh, I have some sound. Holy cow, that's nice. Oh, okay, that's when we got in, because I had to take all my camera equipment. There was a glitch in my camera equipment, so I had to take everything back to the car because you couldn't come in with it, even press. So the press, they had in a special area where they couldn't really film or talk to anybody. So we ran back to the car and threw everything back in, since we actually were Trump supporters and not just press. We wanted to be in there. So we were able to come back, and this was before it started and stuff. But it's pretty good. She's a Trump supporter too. She's a Trump supporter too. Yeah, see her. No, that's good. That's like so. Oh no, that's when there was a lot of great people there. And they all loved my dog. And of course, my dog was super awesome and wonderful and just sat there quietly being a good girl, like she does every time. So we have like 9 more minutes, 9.5 more minutes, and we will be done here. And I will end this broadcast. And then I will be back with actual content, and I will be having an idea what my show is going to be about. Sometimes it will be about randomness, but it's to talk about life and art and all things in between. But hopefully people will enjoy the show. I will have guests on. I will have people coming to talk, some in my studio and some I will be doing online as well. I'll bring them on to this show right here. And then of course, like I said before, I mean, seriously, like I've told you before, make sure to go and listen to the show every morning. You won't regret it. with Lady Knockers. You will really enjoy that show. And I can't express enough how funny she is. And you really should watch that one. Her hats alone are something worth watching. Her hats alone are something worth watching, and her comedy, and she's funny, she's British, she's hilarious. She has a great sense of humor and a great take on life. And you know what? She's not worried about really a whole lot of what she says. So she doesn't do the whole massive censorship on herself, let alone anyone else. But just so you know, come and listen to Waking Up with Lady Knockers, because she is a hoot. I'm telling you, she is a laugh, and you will enjoy. And all I can say is I'm pretty close to being out of here. I have like 5 minutes left, and if I had somebody texting me or calling me, I would certainly love to chit chat with them real quick. But my mom must be asleep, and nobody else is up right now because it's 2:00 in the morning. Well, the good thing is I'll play you my sounds. Since this is my practice session, I'll play you some sounds. So that's an intro sound. I think I'm gonna make my own that came with it. Then of course you have your applause. Might as well just that one I made. An egg, bless your heart. Now this is what I'm hearing from everybody right now. Yep. Oh, somebody's in heaven. Yeah, that's what this election is. Very scary. And that's what Biden's going to hear in a couple days. Okay, yeah. I'm going to work on some of those sounds. I like them, but I want to make them better. They're not as good as I'd like. So, and as you can see, my plan for this show is bring a glass of wine. Watch me drink it. And we'll talk about just different things that are happening in people's lives and my life with coronavirus. I will be doing a show tomorrow night. Even though it's Thanksgiving, I am doing a Rona Giving. There's no thanks to it, just Rona Giving. Rona been giving a lot of people hard times what Rona's been doing, including myself and my husband. It's been really hard, but we got through it, and we're both almost complete. He seems to be doing really good. I only have a little bit of issues left, and hopefully I won't have any issues left very soon. I'm still waiting on the county to release me from quarantine. I'm still not allowed to go outside my property until they release me from the coronavirus. Miss Rona, the one that trolls the bars after 10 and can't climb over plexiglass in the restaurants. She'll be waiting for you at the reception host table, and if you try to get to the bathroom, she's waiting. But if you're sitting down, eating and whatnot, she don't know how to climb over the plexiglass. She hasn't figured that part out yet. Only when you get up from that table and you start walking to the bathroom, she's like, oh, there's one. Oh, wait, he's got one of those cloth masks on that's protecting him from hell. I don't know. I'm sorry for those that think those masks work. And I'm sorry for anybody who got this virus, and I'm sorry for anybody who died, and I'm sorry for the patheticness of the way that our country is handling this. You don't lock everybody down and get rid of businesses. I mean, I buy a lot of stuff from Amazon. So I'm helping support that whole aspect of it when my business went down the drain. So, yeah, not my favorite thing in the whole wide world. I'm just telling you that there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen, and it's unfortunate that we have so much going on. It's unfortunate that we have, um, people sick. It's unfortunate that we have people hurting. It's unfortunate that any of this stuff has happened. I really feel for anyone that is dealing with this stuff. I I don't like it. I don't think it's okay. I don't want you to I don't want anybody to go through what I went through. Um I mean, I'll talk more about it when I go tomorrow, but I'm going to tell you it was not happy. It was not good. um Anyway, go to my YouTube, go to, my Facebook, and, follow, like, and, subscribe. It's Victoria with a K. Victoria with a K. And then don't forget Lady Knockers. And, I am going to be out of here right now, guys, and I am really happy that everybody came that did spot in, spot out, whatnot. I'm just practicing this one now that I've got all my stuff set up. But please join us. Please follow me on Twitter, Victoria Whack with a K. That's what the whack stands for because I'm whacked. And on YouTube and Facebook, uh, please and understand the reason my name is the way it is because I was always a Colvin before I was an Albie, so I still use my maiden name for my shows, and I have been since before time. Even when I wrote for the newspapers and stuff like that, I still went under Victoria. Anyway, just for the confusion for anybody that's like, wait, that's not your real name. Well, it sort of is, but you know, anyway, love to all. I am out. Bye and have a great night.